Hey everyone and welcome. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to train a Wan 2.2 LoRa for the high noise model and the low noise model. Now, I'm going to do this on RunPod. If you want to do this locally, I'm going to give you some tips at the end of the video, but let's start with RunPod. So first of all, you have to click the link in the description. Let's paste it right here, and then it will take you to the GPU selection screen. Now for Wan 2.2, I do recommend to go with a strong GPU like the H100, the H200, or the Pro 6000, whatever works for your budget. I like to go with the H100, so let's do that. And the template should already be pre-selected. And now I want to teach you a little trick that I found on RunPod. If you click Edit Template before deploying, you can add a volume disk. So I would just match it to the container disk. Let's put 200 gigs here. And what this does is it will create a network storage volume, basically a persistent storage that will allow you to stop the pod and then resume it. And you will only have to pay for the network storage while the pod is idle. So let's do that and click Set Overrides and scroll all the way down and click Deploy on Demand. And then you should see that the pod starts deploying. You can see the logs right here. I already have a pod deployed, so I'm going to stop this one and stop pod. And you can see that the idle cost just changed to only the network storage that we deployed. And like I said, I already have a pod deployed, so let's click on that. And just make sure that in the logs it says Jupyter Lab is running and accessible. Click Connect and connect to Jupyter Lab. Great. Now, in Jupyter Lab, you're going to have a few folders. Now, this is the same template that I used for training Wan 2.1, Flux, and SDXL. There's a separate video about that. I'm going to link that in the description. But today, we're going to focus on Wan 2.2. Now, the first thing you want to do is load in your images for captioning. If you already have the images captioned, that's great. By the way, you can also use videos, but I'm going to use images for the sake of this demo. So let's go to the image dataset here folder, and I'm going to load in some images real quick. Now that my images are loaded, I'm going to go back to the main folder, and I'm going to open the terminal. Simply click on the terminal and type bash. This will open a bash console. It doesn't really matter. You can work without the bash console, but it's easier for me, so feel free to do whatever you want. Now, make sure that you're in the diffusion pipe working folder. This is where we're going to start. Now, you're going to need some basic Linux skills, but if you don't have those, don't worry, I'll get you covered. And I'm going to do all the commands one by one. And there's also going to be a linked how to use text file that you can refer to if you want to. So let's start by captioning. So let's type CD. CD stands for change directory. And let's type captioning with capital C, and you can just click tab to autocomplete. And now you can type LL to see all the folders that are in the captioning folder. Now we got another subfolder called Joy Caption and the video captioner. So if you want to caption videos, simply type bash and video captioner. Again, tab to autocomplete. But of course, you're going to have to make sure that you have videos in your video dataset here folder. So I'm going to focus on images, like I said. So let's change directories again to Joy Caption. Joy Caption is an image captioning model, a vision model if you want. So let's change directory to Joy Caption, type LL again, and then you're going to see some files right here. The file that we care about is the Joy Caption runner. So let's type bash again to run the script and type joy, G-A-O. Then it's going to autocomplete to J Caption runner by hitting tab, sorry. Now, if you want to have a keyword or a trigger word for your LoRa, make sure that you run the script with the argument trigger word followed by your trigger word. Now, let's say I'm training a LoRa for a female model called Alice. So let's just type Alice right here and then click enter. Now, this is going to process for 5 or 10 minutes. It's going to download the Joy Caption model and set up a virtual environment. So I'm going to come back once that's finished. Great. Now, this took roughly 7 minutes to process on an H100. It might take you a little bit longer if you're using a slower GPU or faster if you're using a faster GPU. You should see the processing summary, and I uploaded 4 images, and 4 images were successfully processed. I do recommend that once you finish captioning the images, you go to the image dataset here folder and make sure that the captions actually match the photo that you uploaded. And as you can see, the keyword is right here. Great. Now, once that's finished, go back to the main directory by clicking on this nice little folder icon right here. And I do recommend that you close this terminal window. You can also leave it open and navigate back to the main directory. But just to make it easier for you guys, I'm going to close this terminal window, open a new one, click terminal, and type bash, just as we did before, so we can go back to the main working folder. Now, now that we're in the main working folder, let's go and change directory to Wan 2.2. Click tab to autocomplete to the LoRA training folder. And let's go into that folder as well in the UI. And here you have two files. First of all, you got the Musubi config. This is a config file that I recommend that you change. You can also leave it as it is. And you got the setup and train file that you shouldn't really care about other than to run it. Let's go to the config file. And here there's a few settings that you can change if you want. Like I said, you can leave it as default if you want as well. I'm gonna quickly go over the list. So first of all, you got the LoRA rank. You can change it from 8, 16, 32, 128, whatever works for you. You have to figure out the settings on your own. You got the max epochs and save every epochs. So if you're training 100 epochs and you're saving every 20 epochs, that means you're gonna have 5 LoRAs. You can change the seed for the high noise model and the seed for the low noise model. You can change the learning rate. Now, this is very important. If you're training images, the default is set to images, but if you're training videos, make sure that you change the dataset type to videos. Next up, you have to match the resolution list to the resolutions of your dataset. I do recommend that you specify the minimum width and the maximum width of your dataset images or videos. So let's say that the minimum width is 896 and the maximum width is 1024. So leave it at that. You have to specify two values. If your images are all squares, so of course 1024 by 1024 or the resolution that you selected. The work dir and the dataset dir, you shouldn't really care much about them unless you change something manually. That's up to you. And finally, we got the bet sizes and the number of repeats. So this means how many images are going to go into the same batch. This does consume more VRAM, more GPU memory. So if you're training on a higher end GPU like the H100 or the H200, you can ramp up the bet size to 2 or 4, or maybe even 8. I do recommend to leave it at 1. There's really not a very major difference in how in the speed of the training and the number of repeats, basically how much repeats for each image or video in your dataset. And you also got some video options right here. They are pretty straightforward. I do recommend that if you're training a video LoRA, you do some reading on the Musubi GitHub that I'm going to link in the description, just so you make sure that you got all the settings. I also recommend that for images, but the images settings are a little bit more straightforward and more, let's say, conventionally known to people who do this on a regular basis. So once you're done with the config, let's change something just for the hell of it. Let's change this to 1,000 epochs. You're going to see that there's a small dot right here. Make sure to Command S or Control S to save. Otherwise, it's not going to save. You want to put this back at 100. Once you're done configuring your config file, make sure that you're in the Wan 2.2 LoRA training folder. Type bash and setup. Again, tap to autocomplete and just click enter. Now, this is going to download the WAN models, the text encoders, the VAE, Musubi, and everything that is needed to train the LoRA. So I'm going to come back in a few minutes once we have some more settings to configure. This setup took roughly another 7 or 8 minutes. And once it's done, you're going to be presented with an option to choose whether you want to train the high noise model or the low noise model. And also notice that only one GPU is detected. Now, if you're deploying more than one GPU, you can train both models simultaneously. So let me show you how to do that. If you go into RunPod, you can select the GPU that you want to use. So let's say I want to use an H100. Scroll all the way down, make sure that the template is correct, and simply change the GPU count to 2, and then deploy on demand. And then you should have 2 GPUs. and the script will detect that you have two GPUs, and it will train the high noise model and the low noise model simultaneously. Now, for the sake of this demo, I only have one GPU, so let's select the high noise model by typing 1 and enter, and then it's going to start training the high noise model on the only available GPU. Now, of course, the training takes anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours. It depends on the amount of images that you have in the data set, the amount of repeats, the amount of epochs. So give it the time. Once it's finished, it's going to output a very nice message saying training complete, and it will also show you where the files are saved. And this is it. Thank you very much for watching. I want to invite you to take a look at my Patreon page. I recently launched a new tier called the Hideout. The Hideout invites you into my own personal hideout where I'm going to share my own workflow, my own tips and tricks, and exclusive behind the scenes look into my day to day work and the things that I learn about AI, image, and video generation. Um, that's it, I guess. I really don't know how to upsell the things that I sell. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Discord or on Patreon, or just leave a comment below. I'm happy to help. Take care and goodbye.